I always thought the worst thing that could happen to me was catching my boyfriend cheating, but nothing prepared me for the day I walked in to see him pressed up against my mother in our kitchen, his hands tangled in her hair, mouths locked together like they'd been starving. My body froze, the world narrowing to the sound of their heavy breathing and the clatter of a glass hitting the counter. He didn't even flinch when I slammed the door, he just looked at me, eyes wild, and whispered, "Now you understand why I can't leave her." For a second, I wondered if I'd misheard, if this was some kind of sick joke. My mom straightened her dress, cheeks flushed, but didn't look the least bit ashamed. I demanded answers, voice breaking, but she just said, "It's complicated," like that explained anything. My boyfriend wouldn't meet my gaze, just kept glancing at her like he needed our permission to speak. The betrayal wasn't just a punch to the gut, it was like the ground had disappeared underneath me. All those late nights he said he was working, all the times she told me I deserved better, I realized I'd been living in the middle of their twisted secret. We screamed until the neighbors banged on the walls. My mom tried to justify it, talking about how lonely she'd been since Dad left, how she never meant for it to go this far. My boyfriend tried to apologize, but every word made it worse. I locked myself in my room, shaking, replaying every interaction in my head and wondering how much of my life had been a lie. The silence from both of them that night was louder than any fight we'd ever had. But here's the part I never expected. A week later, I found myself sitting across from my mom, unable to hate her. I realized I'd spent my whole life trying to win her approval, trying to be the perfect daughter, and he was just another way to chase it. The real betrayal wasn't just theirs, it was mine, against myself, for letting my whole self-worth rest on her love. Walking away from both of them was the hardest thing I've ever done, but for the first time, it felt like I was finally choosing me.